My name is Willow or Wilcal, depends on where you know me from. And here today, I'm going to come to you with a little basic tutorial on how boilers work in Industrialist. I'm going to go ahead and lay out all of the things that you'll need for a basic firebox setup. Now, you can see here that I have a turbine. This is for when you're done with the boiler, you can turn the steam that you're making into power through this turbine. This, with the brown cylinder, is a boiler. This is going to turn the hot water that you create with the firebox into steam. This firebox does exactly that. It creates hot water from normal water using coal. This does not need power, and neither does this. The only things that are going to need power here are the water supply and the coal supply. Now, for the water supply, you can use either water pump 1 or water pump 2. I'm going to be using water pump 2 because that's what I'm used to. And I'm going to be using the normal coal drill, even though there is the, advanced coal drill here. I personally would use a normal coal drill just for a boiler. It's not very much of a difference, and these advanced coal drills are slower. Anyway, so what the basic idea here is that you're going to take coal from here and put it into here to power, or to heat up the water coming out of here into here. And that's going to come out of this output pipe. So I'm just going to get rid of all of this. And that hot water is going to come right out of here. And you can hover over these nodes to see that stuff is going to come out. And there's going to be some tips here for you. Anyway, you put this hot water into this input. And you're going to put some normal cold water into this input. Now, once you've done that, this should automatically start working after a little bit, and it's going to output steam out of this one, and it's going to output used water into this one. This used water can either be used for circulation, or you can just dump it. Now, I'm just going to be making a pretty basic setup, so I'm going to be dumping the water. But I recommend that once you get a hang of it, you should try to recirculate the water and add on to this design. This turbine is just going to take this steam into this input from out of here, and it's going to output this water, and this water can be ran also back into recirculation. Anyway, let's get started. I'm just going to delete all of this stuff that was only here for show. So the first things first, I'm going to place down a firebox anywhere. This is going to be the start of our build. And now we need to put some coal into this input. I like to use 2 coal drills for my boilers, so I'm just going to use 3 here, just because to get it going a little bit quicker. But the minimum you need is 2 for it to be the most efficient. I'm going to go ahead and connect these up with these silver pipes. Now here I'm just going to place a normal fluid pipe 2, or no, not fluid pipe, a normal pipe 2, just to save on models. And now, for over here, we need coolant, which is just normal water. So I'm going to take my water pump, which is going to be this water pump 2. And I only need one of these water pump 2 because they're very, very strong. I'm going to come over here with some pipes and connect this up. And now you see that this coal from these drills is going to go into this input, and the water from this pump is going to go into this input, and coolant is going to come out, which is just the hot water. Now I'm going to get the boiler. Now this boiler, I'm just going to place it anywhere over here. I'm just going to align it here. It makes for much better piping. And now, since this is just water, You can dump it without any repercussions. I personally, I like to use the liquid burner just because it looks pretty cool. But you can also use the normal liquid dump. They do the exact same thing. Anyway, we need our hot water. So I'm going to start with the turns just to lay a baseline. And then I'm going to come in here with fluid pipe 2 so I can save on models. And I'm going to use the long fluid pipe 2. Again, save on models. And you can see that that hooks up real nice and perfect. So there's our hot water in. And here we need some normal water in. I'm just going to take one water pump and going to connect this up just the same as all the other ones. Okay, now we see that that is all hooked up, and the only thing that's still exposed is the steam output to the turbine. So I'm going to go ahead and place this turbine just to line right up. This is the perfect size for a long fluid pipe 2. And now we have the water that's going to come out, and the same thing. Dumping water is not going to cause any repercussions, like residue. Do not ever dump residue, just store that. Now we see that this is all hooked up, and the only thing that we need now is just to hook this power from this turbine back into everything to make it self-sufficient is the word that we like to use. And now we need to get some initial power going to these. And since that isn't a lot, I'm just going to place solar panel 3 over here. But if you're making this in a real world, not a sandbox world, I'm sure that you're going to have your own power source. So now we see that all of this is going. We can kind of come in here with our pipes and we can check that it's all going. We can see the water's coming out at 240 degrees Celsius. And it's going into here. And we see water's quickly coming out. Water is being boiled here, and you can actually check on this model that the steam is this hot, and it's above 100 degrees Celsius, which means that yes, it is boiling, and yes, it is making steam, and that's going right into our turbine. And you can listen closely, and you can hear that thing going. And you can also hover over this node, and you can see that it is making all of our energy. And since this is only being hooked back up into our boiler setup, it's not using that much energy. But I'll go ahead and I'll place just a HV battery here. I'm just gonna hook that up. I'll press shift here to get a advanced view. You can see that that is indeed working like a dog to make us some good power. And since this is all going, we can remove that. And there you go. This is just a basic little boiler setup for anybody who needs one. Now, if this video does well, I will make another video on better setups. And we'll get into some tips and tricks, like, it's going to sound scary, but quantum piping and how to compact all of this, making it super small and all of that. So thank you for watching. And I hope you have a good day, night, or whatever.